Morning and welcome to the Diamond Factory, where like minded people come together and get their day started right here at the Diamond Factory. And so I'm Phyllis Nash, your Chief Sales Officer and one of the four co founders of Akana. Real excited to be here this morning, welcoming you, each and every one of you on. And your special guest, as usual, on Wednesday morning is none other than world renowned motivational speaker, coach, pastor, so many hats that this man wears and is blessing people day in and day out to take them to that next level. And we have the honor of having him be part of Akana, being the VP of training, being here with us, sharing, teaching us what to do and how to do it. So I hope you have pen and paper out and ready to go. And none other than our own Coach Dan. Coach Dan, are you out there? Coach Dan, where are you?
I am right here.
All right. I
Can you
didn't
hear me
say
now?
maybe you were out there. I said, where are you? I knew you were there.
I know. I am here, and I send y'all greetings all the way. Well, it's not too far from Chicago, from Indianapolis. Y'all know I like to run this road. My good friend calls me a road runner, and so we're on the road again. But greetings, Akana family. I trust and pray that all is well with you. As I was thinking about on from last night till today, our conversation for this morning and what it is that we will be discussing, I thought about my why. I thought about my why, and I wanted to bring to your attention your why. Not why as in, they ask you, what's your why? Why as in your motivation to actually do a particular thing, or why as in your understanding your why helps you to maintain commitment in that particular thing. But more so, this particular why is really why did you join Wakana from the perspective of what calls your attention to Akana? What made you say Akana is the place for me? What was it about what you heard, and not only what you heard that caused you to join, but also what you are experiencing that has caused you to stay? That's the why I want you to consider. Why are you still here? Certainly, things may not have gone 100% as you planned, but you're still here. Certainly, you've had some mishaps and missteps and made some mistakes, not only you, but we as well as an organization, but you are still here. And the question is, why? And what I want you to do is I want you to write down as many of the reasons, and at least five. I want you to write down these 5 reasons of why every single day you choose Akana. Now, Coach is going somewhere with this. I want you to write it down every single day. Write down every single thing that you could think about as to why you choose Akana every single day. And I want you to have no less than 5 things. So, as Phyllis always say, I hope you have your pen and paper out. Because here is what we all know. We all know that the greatest form of advertising is word of mouth. We all know, according to, for those of us that are biblically inclined, we all know that Revelation 12:11 says they overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the words of their testimony. The words of their testimony, which now becomes, watch this, word of mouth. Because word of mouth advertising is simply somebody testifying to the benefits or lack thereof to a particular product, service, place, experience, etc. So as you're pondering this thing, there's several reasons why I'm asking you to write down why you choose Akana every day. Several reasons why I'm asking you to write it down. The first reason I'm asking you to write it down is I want you to have a picture or a reminder. And before I tell you to do that, it's the second thing I want you to write down along with this. Write down your Akana's greatest moment. That's what I want you to write. What is your Akana's greatest moment? What was that most exciting moment? What was your most impactful moment? This may not be good to you, but I'm telling you, it's good to me this morning, because I want you to write this down. I want you to write it down. Number one, why you choose Akana every single day. Why you choose to stay. Number two, what is your Akana's greatest moment? For you, make this personal. Make this personal. What is Akana's greatest moment for you? Why? Tell me that. It can be something that happened to you directly as it pertains to your health. It could be the amount of money that you're making and how it's helping to shape and change your life. It could be the trips that you won. It could be how the product has had an impact or on a family member or a loved one. What is your Akana's greatest moment? Now that we have considered our why we choose Akana every day, why we chose Akana in the first place, and why we choose it every day. Now that we've documented our Akana's greatest moment, here is why I'm asking you to do it. There's two reasons. The first reason is, just like in any marriage, just like in any relationship, you're going to experience turbulence. You're going to experience tension. You're going to experience disappointment. You're going to experience letdown. And one of the things that I've learned in those moments of relationship is that I've learned how not to forget to remember. How not to forget to remember. Now, this may help you outside of what we're talking about today. How not to forget to remember what caused you to connect in the first place. How not to forget to remember the reason why and the benefits that you connected from the very beginning, and why you chose to stay as long as you've stayed. Because it's at those moments where you don't forget to remember that it encourages you to keep moving. It encourages you to stay the course. It encourages you not to wave the white flag to frustration or disappointment, not if it happens, but when it happens. It encourages you to maintain consistency and discipline. That's one of the reasons why I wanted you to do this. The second reason I want you to do this is because I want you to create what we would call an Ask Me How campaign. It's your own personal Ask Me How campaign. I was part of not as an organization, but part as a consultant of a major company that's been out for a long, long time. And we had gotten these buttons, and on the buttons we put ask me how. And really this was back in the day when buttons were popular. And the whole idea of the button was to become a conversation starter. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to take those things that you wrote down as to why you chose Akana in the first place and why you choose Akana you make that same choice every single day. And I want you to create an Ask Me How campaign. So for example, if you took the 21-day challenge, Flat Belly Lifestyle Challenge, if you took that 21-day detox, and let's say you lost 20 pounds, let's say you lost several inches, let's say you came off, or whatever the case may be, you can say, hey, lose up to, keyword up to, 20 pounds, ask me how. You don't have to put it on a button. Just be intentional in your conversations about it. Be intentional in your post about it. Don't say nothing else. Wait on somebody to ask you how. Because at the point that they ask you how, I don't really mean to say this like this, but I want to say it like this because this is internal training here. At the point they ask you how, I almost want to say you got them. And the reason why you got them, and I don't want you to put a whole bunch of things, just, hey, lose up to 20 pounds in 21 days, ask me how. Well, maybe somebody got off medication. Stop taking all of those drugs, ask me how. Maybe somebody's maybe one of your things was you was able to overcome depression or anxiety. Stop anxiety now. Ask me how. Maybe. And so that's the idea. Now, why is it that I had you do two things? Number one, I want you to write down your own reason why you choose and your own greatest moments. Because when they ask you how, you're only giving a testimony of what the product did for you. You're not necessarily, watch this, making a statement as to what it can do for them. You're simply giving a testimony, hey, I got on this 21-day detox and I lost boom, boom, boom. And your testimony becomes a picture of hope for somebody else. And you only do that one thing. We call that target marketing. Because when you put that out there, and maybe once every day for the next 7 days, you put something, an ask me how statement out there, but you only put the one statement. Because what's going to happen is the people that's going to call you, or the people that's going to reach out to you, or the people that you're talking to on the phone that's going to ask you how, they're asking you how about that specific thing. Now, the reason why I say you got them is because at that point, they're telling you what their need is. At that point, they're telling you that they're interested in what you have. At that point, they're telling you how to bring them into the fold, or if this was a sales training, I would say how to close them. And when you do that, it becomes another lead generator. Simply by ask me how. I went from a size 14 to a size 8. Ask me how. I went from cannot sleep at night with insomnia to now I can sleep 6-7 hours straight through. Ask me how. This is, and everything you're calling out is something, watch this, that somebody else needs. And all you're going to do is tell them, ask you how. Hey, listen, I'm not done, but that's my time. I hope that this moment that we had together gave you something to really critically think about. Number one, to help you keep moving when you don't feel like moving anymore. But number two, give you another tool that you can put in your toolbox to use in order to gain new leads and to help bring you to those new leads to a close. I want you to have a supernaturally wonderful Akana kind of day, and I'm going to give it back to you, Phyllis.
All I gotta say is that I got my assignment for the day. How did I lower my cholesterol without medication? Ask me how. Thank you,
There it
Coach
is.
Fan, because you always deliver. Thank you, guys. And what do? You want to go out there and push. That's what I'm saying. See you back here tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, Coach Fan.
You're welcome. Call me, Miss Phyllis.